mind is okay. She off your mind, what you sound like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh. My ego now I'm on, do.
Hello there. Good afternoon to you, good morning to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun today, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
I welcome you to the Temple of Truth. Tonight, it is going to be an interesting night. Okay? Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them, Mayegun today. Yeah.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary.
If you have taken your time to read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, then you can at least settle down after sharing the broadcast, after sharing it, yeah? Settle down and then settle into tonight's episode. The caption, which is the rider for this chart tonight, is just about what happened yesterday when the Igbos in Lagos came out in their large numbers to give their backing and support to Asiwaju Tinubu. This has kind of spring up different opinions, some exposés. How did that happen? I mean, why and what is wrong with that? A lot of discussion on that. I'm going to share that with you tonight. Then when we leave Lagos, we're going to leave Lagos temporarily as well at some point. Then we'll stop by in Enugu. Enugu. Or we stop by in Imo. Imo, where the women in their large numbers as well also came out. That is Biafra land, by the way. So we are going to get there. Then if we stop by in Enugu first, that would be the Robodion. I don't know how to call that, the hula baloo that has followed what people said it should have been freedom of speech, talking about the suspension and transfer of Father Mbaka. He did say something that they accused him of saying, which he said he didn't say, but eventually, there were protests. We're going to stop by there. Then we're going to fly over, take a little stop at Kogi. Something is happening in Kogi. You should know, like everyone else, right? Then we're going to stop by in Bauchi, where Atiku was there today, like a royal. And then you see thousands of people converged, right? As usual, it is the season, right? Then I'm going to stop here and there and there and there to make your night worthwhile. So do me a favor before you finally kind of settle in. Share this broadcast. It's important. There is a good time to be alive. One of them is now. Few days or weeks ago or back, the most popular campaign line for the Lagos Abobaku, especially on these streets, social media, their popular line where Igbos should go back to their regions. Igbos are IPOB. Obi supporters the people supporting Obi are IPOB. So everyone who come from the eastern part of Nigeria, even if they are members of APC, they are considered as Biafrans, Igbos, which kind of partially right. But that is not just the saying. The saying comes with another, God knows how we're going to end that, a bigotry of special suspicion for everyone with Igbo lineage. Every Igbo man or woman, according to the Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, they are suspicious. But that is not the case. Yesterday, I was surprised. Yeah? When the social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, the Lagos Abobaku in their numbers, they were celebrating the endorsement of Ashiwaju by the Igbos. I was like, oh, well, that seems to be looking good. Now, won't it, would it not look so kind of mental or a sort of mental health problem if suddenly tomorrow every other Igbo you see is now an enemy? Now, that message is not just with their followers. So let's go back to the beginning before we go to what happened in Lagos. And congratulations to you, the civil servant in Lagos. Sanwo-Iku is very, very grateful. And then he has increased your salary. I hope they pay you, right? Or just before then, some little flashback to what people have said. Let me tell you something, right? People believe that there's so much intimidation, harassment on Igbos, especially in Lagos. And let me tell you something, right? The Igbos and the Yorubas and every other person, living legitimately in Yoruba land, in every part of Yoruba land, they never have any issue with Yorubas. We never have any issues with them. In Lagos, no be only Igbos, they Lagos. So there are other ethnic nationalities that are also residents of Lagos. But whenever election is coming, right, the only ethnic nationality that poses threats to the violent political empire of Tinubu are mostly the Igbos. The Igbos pride themselves as being Republican in nature. You get what I mean? They don't do this rank-a-day stuff, you know what I mean? And they are they feel like they are so blunt too. So because of that, the likes of Tinubu and gang, considering the number of Igbos who are resident in Lagos, they know the numbers. And they are not just numbers. They are not just numbers that fill in the gap. These are like a block, economic block in Lagos. So, politically, it is the dream of the Tinubu and gang, okay, to clamp and cripple any simple threat coming from anyone, including the Igbos, according to them. So to them, if you are not in their camp, you are an enemy. Even when there are many of them, even in their government there. But you know why? The Igbos hold not just in numbers, they also hold serious economic influence in Lagos. And if you have economy power and you don't have political power in this world, right, in the game of, what is it called? In the laws of power, if you have economic power and you don't have political power, you probably just have no power at all. You will remain subservient to those who have the political power, even if you have more resources than them. That's exactly the situation of the Igbos. They have serious economic, block in Lagos. When you talk about the business investment, when you talk about the property investment, when you talk about the numbers of industries that they actually fund themselves in Lagos and outside Lagos, this makes them great stakeholder in there. Therefore, if you really want them on your side, according to the operational book of Tinubu and gang, you need to whip them to line and threaten that thing, that economic power. You know what that means? It's been working for years. And there is always every time to remind the Igbos in Lagos that there is somebody who holds the political power. Unfortunately, as they say, the Igbos are they are the real people who believe in the concept of Nigeria. You will find them in their numbers. I'm talking about large numbers as Nigerians in every part of Nigeria. That is why they remain easy targets for those who don't believe in Nigeria, just what Nigeria has to give to them, even if they have to sacrifice millions for it. You know what I mean? So, back to it. There is always a time to remind them. Ekolong baby, sadly, just to maintain the enslavement there.
If any one of you, I swear in the name of God Almighty Allah, goes against my will that Ambode, inshallah, will be the next governor of Lagos State. The person is going to die inside this world. I'm not ready to beg, appeal to anybody. And that's why Aisha Buhari and the governor said, that is your own. Even the two of them, they cannot disobey me. But nobody knew how I pick somebody. Jimmy is my blood relation. And I told him in the plain language, he can never be governor in Lagos for now. Peter belongs to God. I'm not begging anybody to go, but you must not, I repeat, what you people cannot do in Onitsha, what you cannot do in Aba or anywhere. If you do what I want, Lagos will continue to be prosperous for you. If you You will perish in the water. Finish.
So do you understand that? That is the mindset. So if you see an average Yoruba man or Yoruba boy, even if it's not from Lagos, there is this general sentiment among those who are like the bigoted ones that listen to people. They always want to remind them. Mind you, that was just contest between two Yorubas in Lagos. Jimmy Agbaje, Ambode in Lagos. They are both Yorubas, right? So as those who are residents in Lagos, they are paying their taxes there, doing their businesses there and all of that, right? Now they are expected to participate in the political process of those who are going to be in charge of their affairs. Normally, Abi, no. They had to single them out for choosing to go for another Yoruba man in Yoruba land. So they play that card often, right? And it's more, I'm talking about those who should know better if they indeed believe in that you're one Nigeria, so to say, right? Now, here is another one. Just a reminder. This one is in Yoruba.
I'm a joke in ìdẹ ṣe bá ṣe nífẹ̀ẹ́ yìí tó ẹ̀bà àjẹ́ àwọn kan bínú ọmọ wa sísá mi tún wá lọ bímọ fún Igbo. Ṣé kí n lọ kó Obieze wa Obieze lẹ́ẹ̀ ti gbà bọ̀dé olórí Obieze lẹ́ẹ̀ ti gbà bọ̀dé ó ti lọ mú kámẹ́rà wa lọ lé ẹ̀mí sí ẹ ti gbà bọ̀dé a máa jogún yín ni àwa la máa jogún yín àgọ́ wa ló máa jáde yẹn a máa jogún yín láì ṣe pé yìí nìkan ni aráàlú Haúsá wà ń bí àgbà wọn láyè Kàlàbá wà ń bí àgbà wọn láyè ẹ wá ń bèrè pé báwo ni tí wàá ṣe jẹ Ọlọ́run ní gbà fún mi.
So for those who probably understand Yoruba, so it's just like the mindset. Do you get that? I mean, these are things they say in public. You don't know what they say in private, and you don't know what they plan in private too. Because these are prominent ones. Who knows better? Who knows that if you remove the politics, there will be no need for all that bad blood, hatred, vile, and all those things that they have spitted or spewed. They are spewing in the mouth of every one of these bigots that you see around there. So when suddenly they started celebrating and all that, I was like, oh, what a time to be alive. Election is coming again. Wow. So the Igbos didn't want to wait to be threatened, right? No, we won't wait for them to threaten us. Let's just go and give them what they want. Abi? For example, if this guy end up in your community and says, this today, and that's exactly what you're going to witness, by the way. Remember this.
Materials, so they come quick for ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín, wọn ò tí pín. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún yín ní àyè láti lọ bá wọ́n ṣe àmà yín. Ẹ tí ò bá ti rí káàdì tí ẹ gbà kó lọ gbà. Ṣùgbọ́n níbi tí a wà yìí, mo sọ fún yín, gbogbo ẹnu mo fi ń sọ. Ohun tí àwọn leader wa sọ lókè ni pé Sanwó-Olú ni. And I want to assure you, this place we are not going to allow anybody to vote for Ambode here. We are for Sanwó-Olú, and that's what our leader Aisha Buhari Ahmed Tinubu said. Sanwó-Olú the party, that is the APC. Yes. We have hierarchy and we have leadership. Yes. We have leaders. Yes. And we have been directed by our leaders to go and vote for Sanwó-Olú. Yes. And that's what we are going to do. Yes. These words, this local government we are not going to allow anybody to vote for Ambode. Ambode is gone. Ambode is gone. Ambode is gone. And is gone finally. We will allow you to kill. Vote for Sanwo-Olu by the party hierarchy. We have been directed. Gbọ́dọ̀ party tiwa gbọ́dada ẹgbẹ́ tiwa àní hierarchy àní àwọn tó ní àṣẹ àní àwọn tó dẹ́gbẹ́ ilẹ̀ ẹni tí ò bá fẹ́ ibi tí ẹgbẹ́ ń lọ tí ò bá lè lọ bẹ̀ kó lọ dẹ́gbẹ́ mi ilẹ̀. He can go and create or register Ambode People's Party. Yes. But our own is APC. Yes. All Progressive Congress. All Progressive Congress is our party. Yes. And the leadership of the party has spoken. Yes. And we cannot change it. Yes. And that we are going to follow to the later. Yes. This place is not meant for Ambode people. Yes. No one should come here to vote for Ambode. Everybody go back and know if you are here. I'm a vote for Stanio.
Stanio, Sanwo-Olu. That's their politics. Sometimes this kind of people are the people you are arguing with on social media. Do you know that? People with that kind of mindset, they are the people you are replying on social media, thinking you want to have a reasonable conversation. How do you have reasonable conversation with people who said, our leaders are you know what I mean? It is what it is. Because if you don't take them serious, if you think it's just blabbing, ask people of Ikoton, February 2019, that witnessed this. They are the government speaking. So they are everywhere. So if they tell you that in this Lagos, the Ashiwaju is the word on post, I hope you are prepared. But maybe now that the Igbos, especially in Lagos, who knows that some of them in that Lagos, they have no idea that there are other people from other places who are not Yorubas. Okay. That Tinubu will also have to, you know what I mean, Maybe they believe that Lagos will make Tinubu the next president or something. But if you are an Igbo man or woman, I think somehow, instead of condemning these people, calling them names and all that, these are businessmen and women. These are people who run their businesses running into millions and millions, tens and hundreds of millions, right? Every day. To keep the economy that the Agberos are tagging and they are collecting taxes from. They are collecting older Agberos in Lagos. The people that run that economy, they are the people who have been harassed, intimidated, and then made to make a move that could at least soften the ground for them, because even at that, if Tinubu should lose the 2023 election or so, they will still come back and blame the Igbos. Write that down today. So they decided to go there and say, well, come, we no get problem with you. Sure you get. Now business we will do. And as it be so, Baba, for you to know, now your mandate. On your mandate, Bola. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, Bola. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. I don't know what they are singing, but all I heard was a Gana Giga Uzoro. Gana Giga Bola Gana Giga Chiwaju Gana Giga. I don't know if I'm singing rubbish anyway, but again, there is another part. Look at it from this side. Maybe this one is clearer anyway. There you get. I mean, just for the optics, okay? I mean, if that would satisfy and put the mind of Jaga Bandit at peace and his agents, they can tone it down. Don't come and burn our businesses, eh? Don't lock our shops, okay? We don't actually really care. We don't really care. But come on, don't make us the sacrificial lamb of your national political charade. So they had to play along. And as expected, as you would expect, it is the moment for the man in charge of Lagos gutters, the drainage master of Lagos, the man saddled with the responsibility of helping to keep Lagos clean, Mr. Joe Igbokwe. It was a day to celebrate. Look at him.
Hello. I told you earlier, the sound. Are you sleeping? The sound. I hope you are not sleeping. The Arewa, are you sleeping? The North Center, I hope you are not sleeping. Shine your eyes. You are not to be taught what to do.
Everybody's important. Hold your camera for hand.
Don't say hold your camera.
I'm a cameraman.
Okay. Una go look TV tire.
It was fun, wasn't it, right? It was their day. But how could you do all of that? And you will not add the real sort of the occasion, the women. I mean, it would have been nothing. They need to make the emperor happy. Do you know the meaning of this song, by the way?
omume onye bụ odenigbo ọ bụ onye bụ odenigbo ụmụ nwoke onye bụ odenigbo ndị chana na-ebu odenigbo ọ bụrụ na ịbụ odenigbo ịnweta n'ihe dị bụrụ odenigbo ka anyị mara ma ọ ga-ekwe n'o
57 odenigbo. All of that to make them like, I mean, see, you know, to satisfy them. I hope somehow this can now, Lagos, see, you watching me, Lagos Abobaku. Would you now agree that every time you turn around and call Igbos names and other things that they have told you to call them, right? So would you agree that these people endorsing Tinubu are also IPOB? They are Biafrans. Don't forget that, okay? And they are doing their best, right? Until they have their, until they have their day that they will leave Nigeria. Sure you get. And in this Nigeria, that they won't let them go, but you won't let them lead. Do you get that now? I hope all of that kind of can put your mind at rest a bit. Abi, no, maybe not. You know something? There are women also who came together in Imo State, Owerri today, right? They came together to show that Biafrans are supporting Tinubu. So that you won't continue, right, to live in your bigotry, okay? I don't know if it's going to help you or not, but, I mean, take this. I mean, meanwhile, there is one thing, which is the audience, that I actually want to show to you in Lagos before I go to Owerri. Let's stop by a quick one. Back to Lagos.
They are side, even though it's a business there. Some of them are doctors, they left their hospitals. Some of them left their markets to come here to register that they belong to this party. Chairman, tell the leadership of our party, Lagos, the governor, and so many guys, we are for our party. And that will work this is an idea we start to start. And we will not pray. All we want is recognition. Know that the numbers are there. Let's get the logistics. Let's get the encouragement. Let's get the push. Let's get the, whatever it will take to let us deliver. This is a promise. This is a promise. And I'm making this promise on behalf of all of us. On behalf of all of us, I know that Anima will so organized. We'll be there also. We'll be there also. South, they are planning. We'll be there also. But we have set the pace today. So you will expect this from other ethnic nationalities. They are going to come. So I want to thank everybody who put time, energy, resources to make today a reality. Chairman, and the water. Come on. And they responded. I want to thank you. I want to thank the president. I want to thank the people in APC Lagos. I want to thank Jack Conference himself. Where is the chairman? Where is the chairman? Or an agent. He was speaking community. Am I missing any?
They are not just Igbos in Lagos, so they didn't just make them, support and follow Tinubu. They made them pick up APC membership card in Lagos. All of this for validation. You could hear the guy. He was saying, "We just want recognition. We want to be given employment. We want to be given this. We want to be given that. Like normal people who live here, do businesses here, who do things here. Our children, that stuff. They are looking for recognition in the hands of a man who couldn't even give recognition to the people who are non-Igbos, non-Yorubas, who are Yorubas in particular. But imagine if those numbers of those shop owners you saw in that video, these are just like a fraction, by the way, okay? If they decided that they should extract all of their own resources out of Lagos or more, well, that's not the point tonight. Let's go to Owerri, where the women were also gathered this time around, also for Tifnumbu. They are also Igbo, so they are Biafran. So, are you watching me, Kabiru? Kabiru Oshogbo, you watching, Abi? Yeah? This is watching.
Going down, Igbo State today. Southeast men will be marching for incoming president Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
I also want to recognize the arrival of the Progressive Young Women Forum from various states. So various states have been recognized and identified and represented by this group. The arrival of the Progressive Young Women Forum from various states. And of course they are led by the President, Honorable
Yeah, but there is actually a closer shot, the one that you can hear them speak to confess and profess their support for Ashiwaju. I just don't know if they believe them.
Right here we are at Hero Square, talking about in the Bisekano Square, where women are gathered here today to kind of give endorsement rally in support of the all progressive candidates as Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his vice Shetima. Speaking is the APC national women leaders speaking.
APC on crying. APC is our own party for the Southeast, party that will bring peace, party that will bring development, and we are calling to recognize this morning the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and his wife. They were here with you some few days ago. Of course, it's our own President Muhammadu Buhari. We want to recognize, especially our candidates from APC, the one that used to give us joy. ATM machine. Top. The one who will give you the enabling power to improve your business. Indigo, APC Abiala. Chere. Easy. Easy. We want to recognize Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, so all presidential candidates are in. We also want to recognize the wife of the presidential candidate. Her name is Senator Oluremi Tinubu. people. She's a pastor. When they speak in tongues in the spirit. Yes. We won't recognize our vice presidential candidates. He is no other than the equivalent, the very, very Nigerian in all language and ramification. Tima. Aha! We don't finish for all those for up. Right now, we want to land. Imo, should we land? Imo, should we land? Anambra, should we land? Anambra, should we land? Abia, should we land? Abia, should we land? Igbo Kwanu. I want to introduce the executive governor, Akunesio Bike. Hey! One. I'm feeling you. Yeah. I'm feeling you. We want to introduce the strongest, the best, the performing, the outstanding, Governor of Imo State, yo! He's no other person than Senator Hope Uzodimma. Without wasting much of our time, because everybody has spoken, and it is now in that many few minutes our first lady will speak. But let me introduce to you the queen. If you find past that word, it's not compatible with life. I call her Manura one, unbeatable, untouchable, stainless, yo, ego big mo, achala wine, egondu, oh, bum.
That's Tinubu's endorsement by the women, Biafran women, oh. Abi? Biafra women. Because every Igbo man, even the ones who still believe in Nigeria, supporting Nigeria, being part of all this whole thing, oh. But to this set of people, every Igbo man and woman is a Biafran. Every Easterner is a Biafran, and therefore they want to leave Nigeria. No, that's politics, isn't it? Let's go back to Ibadan before we go to Bauchi. Because since the obedient have started, their rallies here, rallies there, and all of that, well, they seems to have encouraged other people to do same, to show that, if you think say, una get the number, well, check us out. Let's go to Ibadan quickly, where they also staged a walk for Tinubu. Let me see if I have the right clip there. Okay, I think I do. The first one. Some of you are saying that, oh, these people cannot be helped. And there's nothing you can do to actually save the... Baba, the world we are right now is to make sure that you save yourself so that you will be capable enough to save somebody else. There are so many people, right, that you think they cannot be saved. It's because the number of people who feel saved are so minute, and somehow it seems not to be increasing as well, because Ibadan, as they did, today, so to say. Look at this. That's what Yoruba called ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú pẹ̀lẹ́rìn. Sorry if you probably don't understand Yoruba. That little short song you heard there is that whoever votes for PDP, right, will be unfortunate. Whoever votes for Obi will be unfortunate. Anybody that votes for any other party except APC will be unfortunate. That's the song. Ofo ni o se. Anybody bo PDP o. Ofo ni o se. Anybody bo Labour o. Ofo. That's what they are singing. And these are the people living in this 7 years Nigeria of APC. Egbe. Their children are at home. Many of them cannot afford, right, to lead a normal life, to lead a normal average life of being able to fend for themselves and even care for those who depend on them. But whoever should try any other person, ofo ni o se. Do you get that now? Whoever votes for any other party except APC will be unfortunate. That's what they're singing. So sometimes if you say they cannot be helped, you might be right, but nobody is beyond redemption. Nobody is beyond help. In fact, what we are doing right now is helping people in a way. 8 months of ASUU strike. Your politicians are not really interested in them. They are interested in renewing your slavery suspicion, so to say. That's what they are asking you to renew. And they are happy too. You know, there are slaves, there are happy slaves. Normally, you don't expect slaves to be happy due to the kind of condition they are subjected to. But listen to me. There are slaves, there are happy slaves. And in most cases, the slaves of this 21st century, they are no longer in chains. Here is where they are keeping the whole control. So don't blame them. Because somehow, there are also good things that comes from their oppressors too. I mean, for example, Sonweku were always, and we're eternally grateful to them, after the women showed up in Lagos yesterday. He had this to say to them: we are just testing Mike. They don't know anything. We know you are for us. We know you will do what we say you should do. And for the one you have done, thank We just tested the mic. They don't know us. We will show them that women are the real voters. Shebi, you show them. Yes, yes, yes. These are women whose children are at home, by the way. I mean, for those who still have, who still have children in school. And as for the civil servants in Lagos, they tend to have what do you call it? A new deal from Sanwo-Eko. I'm going to put up that video, by the way. Then after that, we are going to go to Bauchi, where if you want to see crowd, I think Atiku is opening the door to show you that once Tinubu is back as well, you can imagine the people you think have been so traumatized and they are ready. Man, I can see people energized and all that. Baba, don't go put your betting on that. We are talking about Nigeria. The system is about to respond. And that's why I keep encouraging you, the obedient. You say you love pressing neck, Abi. You go see neck press, because there's a huge number of them, right? They're going to be right before you. And I hope you are much prepared for that. For the, for the workers in Lagos, lucky you. Congratulations. That's a wrong clip. Okay, so I'm gonna double check that, but I think we should just go to Bauchi and see what happened today for those who are still here with us. Atiku, you can say he launched his own campaign in Bauchi today. This is no longer a visit; it is actually like a proper what do you call it? Take a look when he landed, by the way. So let me give you the close shot so that you see the people who died, that are coming down from the private jet.
Welcome.
I'll come back to Bauchi, but I wanted to show you the clip of Sanwo-Eku appreciating not just the women, but including the Lagos workers, yesterday. And he increased their salary. He said, I'm increasing your salary. We don't need to wait for Nigeria. We know the country is hard. We know things are hard and tough and all that. And then me and my team, we have decided to do. And the last part is actually the one that got me. I love you. I love you. I was like, hey, Jide, are you all right? Love you. Where's that coming from anyway? Yeah. Listen to this.
That is proactive, that we need to reflect to the yearnings of the people and make that happen. Because you have not asked for that, and I'm here today, a salary increase is on the way, and we're working out. Thank you very, very much. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I love you all. I love you all. I love you. No, you don't. You don't love them. Forget that. I mean, maybe because I live here, right? Salary increment doesn't require them to bring all of you out of your offices and assemble you like school children. And they'll say, hey, I know your problem. I know what you are going through. So I have decided to increase your salary. So, because I love you. No, you don't love them. They are working. They are meant to be paid. They don't need your, I love you, like their dad. No, I'm your dad. I am your daddy, so I love you all. You are my children, and all of that stuff. Same way they are treating Kolu in London, because some of you would have been asking. I mean, like, I don't know if you have seen this anyway. Okay, I want to hear, the promise of Sanwo-Eku again, just one more time.
You are not Lord. You are not out of this world. I've looked around, and I know that as a country, there is pressure. I know that as a country, there is high level of inflation. I know that as a country, cabinet meeting, I instructed the head of service office and the Ministry of Staff, Training and Pension to start to work on how we're going to increase the entire salary.
Nigerian way. He has to do that because it's election time. If everybody just received an email that says, "Oh, you are getting a 2.5% increase in your salary," it's just an email, okay? Your next salary, you are getting a 5% increase, 5% raise, approved by the governor or the government. Sure, you get. They don't need to bring you all out. I mean, earlier today, let me tell you one thing. Earlier today, I received all these letters from the Scottish Gas. So they are the provider. They provide me my electricity and they provide me my gas. So in the last few months, you probably have been reading that too in Nigeria. If you are not in the UK, if you are in the UK, you know what I'm talking about already. Okay. So we have been kind of dealing with the expected, rise in cost of living. So cost of living, right, is what you pay as your bills, utility. Utility is everything you use, okay? What you pay for that. Then what you pay for your groceries. Because when you go out there and something you were buying for £1 is now being sold for £1.50. That is 50% increase, right? So that's your kind of outgoing spirit that way. Now, in this country, yeah, apart from the government announcing that, hey, the cost of living is going to really go up, and we are concerned, so many people who are working, after paying their rent, after paying their gas, electricity, and all of that, they will probably have nothing much left to feed themselves the same way they would normally do. You know why? I received my own letter today. In that letter, they said that my annual electricity was put at 1,400 or thereabout, 460. That's how much I pay in total for electricity. So what I pay in total for my gas, because if you come to my house anyway, it's always warm, because here you get. So I use a lot of gas. So what I pay for my gas is put at around 1,500 pounds. So for both, that means I've been paying something around 3,000 pounds in a year. So they sent me a letter. They said, well, that is going to go up, right? So monthly, my monthly gas and electricity bill is ridiculous, by the way, very ridiculous. It's about 350 pounds. So when they said, cost of living is going to go up, the first set of people who responded was the government when they increased the minimum wage. After increasing minimum wage from the place of work where I'm working, they also put in some other support factors because they know what you are getting. Okay? So if they say your outgoing, so let's say all my bill, including feeding and taking care of my family and all that, kind of come to somewhere around 3 grand to 3,500 pounds every month. Now, if they say your bill is going to go up, right? That means my bill is going to go over somewhere around 4 grand, 5 grand in a month. But what about my income, right? I'm grateful that I've got multiple sources of income that could take care of all my bills in any way. But when I got the letter today, so I screenshotted it and I posted it on my Facebook page profile. Then from nowhere, the regular, typical, ignorant Nigerian, right? He jumped into it and said, so you are paying 400 pounds every month for electricity and gas. And you are here, you are always on your broadcast wailing about Nigeria. Do you know how much 400 pounds is in Nigeria for somebody to use that to pay for electricity? And I was like, I am not complaining about my bill. In this country, for those that this increase and all of this will affect, there are already people receiving text messages, emails, some of them receiving the confirmation from their providers that government don't send us 400 pounds out of your bill. So now be say, instead of you paying more next time from October, you'll be paying a little bit less now. There are people, even people who have money, they are receiving that message to say, for your household cost, for your this or that, for this and that, oh yeah, take. In Nigeria, they said they are sharing 5,000 to you poor people. They said they are giving you unemployed people 25,000 naira to start business. And one weary from nowhere jumped and said, I was like, what's the correlation? 400 pounds in Nigeria is how much? 320,000 naira? Yeah? But it is still 400 pounds here. It is not 400,000 pounds. Do you get that? Right? So, even in that your Nigeria, when people are complaining about the cost of electricity, cost of gas, who brought the mouth of these ignorant buffoons, deliberately ignorant from Nigeria to, do you even have the electricity? Not to talk of you don't have the electricity. You are paying for it. You don't have it. You are dying slowly from generator fumes. And you jump the border to come and compare somebody who is so comfortable. I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm grateful to God. I don't pray it goes more. I haven't received a message that says, oh, but Mr. Baldero, we are giving you 400. I don't know. I'm not so lucky with gifts. I mean, no, not gift. I mean, with all their stuffs here. When they gave me my residency, they said, you have no right to recourse to public fund. They no fee. I know, even if I say, my children no get food though, I need just 20 pounds to buy food for them. I no get any rights to collect that money from their system. They've told me that. My friends have told me they received text message, they received this and that. Nobody send me anything now. How come me know they get now? I receive a letter that says I'm going to pay more. I said, why don't you? And the economy here, will actually take care of me. You get that? The only problem is that it will reduce what I have to share. That's one thing that concerns so many people here when they talk about cost of living. Nobody say they won't go hungry. Nobody say they'll go fear for their living. But because many of them here, many of us here, all the spare change, spare money, the one that we used to send, hello, Mayegun, please help me. I can't pay my hospital bill. I need money for this. I need more that I used to. Some of you watching me who have benefited, we call them spare money. Do you get that? After you have paid for everything that you need to pay for, take care of yourself, and then have enough for yourself, you have this spare money, that leftover, that you can possibly save or share with other people who don't have at all. Now that money, all this cost of living all over the world, from those who are probably sending money to Nigeria, now that extra money, the cost of living will affect. So if you see anybody that used to send you something and suddenly they no longer pick your calls, right? Well, they have decided to buckle up. They are no longer that Father Christmas, so to say. But let them provide you electricity. Let them provide you jobs, a good paying jobs, right? The ones that can at least give you a living wage, standard of living that can make you afford real life and stop you from being slaves to the people who don't give a damn about you. Like this guy that you probably would like to fight and die for. I don't know if you will die for him or not. Okay. You know, he's in London and doing Photoshop. I mean, sorry, photo, what do you call it? Photo session or so, or fashion session. That's Tifnumbu. I would come back to him anyway. So let's go back to Bauchi, a quick one to Bauchi. So where is that again? Atiku in Bauchi. When he finally found his way to the stadium, right? So if you think those you saw earlier needed help, I don't know what you think about this in Bauchi today.
Ramadan, ki dauke shi nan da Allah. Ki dauke shi nan gaba ɗaya.
So noisy, isn't it? Probably you've reduced the volume of your set. Yeah, that's the number. You said the number. I don't know what you're gonna say. Like, oh, everybody, you know, the same numbers will come out when they see Tinubu as well, and that's how it's gonna be. Everybody, they say people go out there to see what they could get. I mean, there's so much hunger in the land, so to say, and that's what happened in Bauchi. On to the next one. But before we go to anything else, right? Let me show you the state of Lokoja. That is the Kogi state capital. It's been underwater now for a week. And they have done their best to keep it as much as possible away from the media. It is sad. It is a you know, it's beyond natural disaster. There's also man-made, you know, and in this, we heard that when Cameroon released their dam, this dam flooded almost 26 states in Nigeria. But today, it's about who is going to be the president or who is not going to be the president. And I'm wondering, somebody said, why are they not traveling by the road? This is possibly not just the only why, but this is Lokoja. And that's just the overflow to the main road and all that. Farms worth, you know, hundreds of millions, or if not billions, of naira have been washed away. And everybody, like everyone else, you are on your own. You are on your own. So our heart goes to the people of Kogi, who have been the victims of this disaster over time. The Nigerian media are not beaming their reportage on this. You know, if this was to be somewhere else in the other part of the world, where we have heard that over 300 people have died because of this flood that has taken over some of these states. People are on their own. So if this was to be happening, like let's say in America, in France, or even here in the UK, that people actually die, it will become an international news that the whole world will probably be like, we stand with Britain, we stand with people of Cornwall, or we stand with the people of Massachusetts, or we are standing with the people of France and all that stuff. But again, you can put all of that at the doorstep of your media, which choose to sort of have a media blackout on that. Again, our answer goes to the people in that part of Nigeria. Another thing is this: we have seen crowds here and there. One of the things that has been so hard for those who are selling Tinubu to the rest of, you know, to people is the fact that it's so hard to separate Bokwari's failure from Tinubu. So there's no way you want to sell Tinubu that you will distance from Bokwari. If you do that, that will be counterproductive because the likes of Bokwari and Co, they are giving themselves medals, national honors for what they have done to Nigeria. So this is a big job. For example, how could women whose children, parents whose children have been at home, especially look at those who are in their final years, right? Who have now have to stay at home for 8 solid months, and there's no end in sight. You know that, Abi? It's politics now. It is we versus we and that. Why the future of their children have already been like a gambled away. Now the same parents are there, mobilizing, working for the same APC. It's so hard to kind of, some people said it's complicated. It's not complicated. It is exactly what they want it to be. But what do you say about the young people who are also rooting for them? What would you say about them? They said their INEC registration, when they opened the register, are you with me? They said those who made up the 70% of the new people who just suddenly rushed in to join them from February to this time, out of 15 million or so, or 18 million of those, they said they're successfully registered. That number, 70% of that are those in between the ages of 18 and 35, and 25. Sorry, 35 rather, 35. From 35 upward, there are those who make up the numbers of 30%. And that could have given you a significant advantage and all that. Abi? But that's not how it works, you know that. Because many of you are already preparing yourselves to renew the certificate of your slavery. Your parents, did you see those women? Some of you are abusing Tinubu, you are there telling and your mama, your papa, and them they do rally, and them they do working for Tinubu, and you ask yourself like, on which level? So if you want to start your battle, it should start from your rooms, with your parents and all that. Have one-on-one talk with them before you can possibly preach that. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, because ASUU is on strike for 8 months, rather than for the APC, Egbekebe's government, to actually end this. No, it's not the priority. It's not their priority. Education is dead. And they're happy with that. So, you are in your final year. Right now, you are campaigning for APC, Egbekegbe, championing for one Nigeria and the rest of that. And tomorrow you will blame the village people for your unfortunate existence. Anything that then come upon you when that Nigeria finally happened to you, you begin to blame the village people. Village people will say, now Nigeria forced many of them to even remain in the village as well. And forgotten. They are dealing with their own personal issues there. And there you are, after making your horrible, selfish, ignorant decision, right? You will remember village people when Now, they didn't settle it, and they are not interested in that. They politicized it, and they broke them into 3. As you are watching this video right now, it is not just ASUU that is now representing academic whatever in Nigeria anymore, okay? You now have Congress of Nigerian University Academics, okay? So they call them KONUA or KONUA. ASUU KONUA. The second one is the National Association of Medical and Dental Academics, which is NAMDA. NAMDA, KONUA, and NAMDA have been created by APC, Egbekegbe, but unfortunately, it's been 48 hours now. KONUA, what's that one? NAMDA, wherever. So that they couldn't open their schools. Look at the representatives of these 2 new bodies that APC, Egbekegbe, has given certificate to, okay, to usurp the power of the academic staff union of universities in Nigeria. The academic education is already kind of destroyed, ruined. Many of the product of these schools are unemployable anyway. You know what I'm saying? No thanks to those who are ready to be the saboteur in that same sector. Meet the KONUA and NAMDA representatives. I don't know, maybe this one are the KONUA. This is KONUA. From ASUU, this one, it is on a get cap. But this one then is going to be NAMDA, the one that is representing the National Association of Medical and Dental Academics. But ladies and gentlemen, they are now, these two people are now begging Buhari, APC, Egbekegbe, to please, Mokuna negotiate with ASUU. Your life, your future is being mortgaged. But like as usual, like a programmed zombies, Lagos Abobakus, the Buhari Dins, the Buhari Diderins, majority of them that are blaming themselves for wasting their time going to school. They should have been Agbero from the onset. They blame themselves that they should have, I should have been like this. Why did I even go to? Now, the same set of people are now in charge of your education, deciding if you are going to get a good or better one, because it's not really going to count, is it? It's never really going to count. So that's what they have done, which means that ASUU strike is not ending soon. Your dream of quickly ending your what do you call it, your schooling and all of that stuff, get a job. Many of you have been even finding it so difficult today to even get a kind of a temporary job because you have nothing to back that up. And today they are now saying that if you go to the UK universities today, if you go to London, if you go to Kent, if you go to Liverpool, if you go to Manchester, go outside London. Once you walk into the lecture room and you see 100 students in that hall, 80 of them are from Nigeria. I know many of you are already processing to Japa. You are already, some of you during this ASUU, your lecturers have Japa. Some of you are already Japa. Now, you are going to walk into schools abroad, and some of you will not even be able to differentiate whether you are actually studying abroad or you are inside Unilag outreach, what do you call it, classroom abroad. I don't know. Somebody was making a joke of that and said, Omo, a lot of Nigerians have entered this UK. Students. You have 120 people in a classroom. 115 of them, they are from Nigeria. Omo, you don't even know whether na Unilorin you did, I've been na Unilag, I've been na Maiduguri. Well, that is no thanks to the criminals that some of you are defending, and you continue to defend as well. And they're not stopping. This one even came out to do the usual. Paparazzi, Bajabia Mole. What is it? What is the update on the ASUU strike, by the way?
Excellency, may you know what informed this engagement with the president?
Well, we came here for one reason and one reason only, to after a series of engagements with ASUU and with people on the executive side, we've been able to come to some kind of decision on our part and recommendations to be made to the Mr. President for his approval. And that's why we're here, because as you know, what's on the front burner today, even beyond the politics, is our universities, our lecturers, and our children who are out of school. And the House of Representatives decided to step in at that point 4 weeks ago. And we've had a series of meetings that lasted hours, and we came to discuss and to discuss with the Mr. President about those recommendations. That's why we're here.
So what are the takeaways after the meeting?
Mr. President, as usual, had a very good listening ear, and he took the report of the House. He accepted it. We discussed it at length, the details of the report, and he wanted to go through them himself, and he will get back to us. We have another meeting on Thursday between our good selves and Mr. President for his final decision.
So are you meeting again with ASUU?
No, until we're done. We're done with our meetings with ASUU. We've made our report and we've done our recommendations. All that is left now, as we speak, is for us to come back here on Thursday, maybe Friday, I don't know, in the next couple of days for Mr. President. He wanted to digest the report in detail, and we won't know anything until Thursday or Friday.
So any hope?
Oh, we're absolutely very hopeful. We had a good engagement. Very positive response. He gave a
Irokbo. But he said Buhari want to digest it. He doesn't give a damn about you. You know that. He doesn't give a toss about you. And like as always, they will speak on his behalf for you. Oh, the president is so concerned. Oh, in fact, the president he has so much listening ears. In fact, he felt like, because we are trying to make him understand that your life, millions of you, your life is at risk, your future is at risk. So he cares so much. So we started talking 4 weeks ago. And yeah, he wants to digest what we just told him. Really? Sure. Digest my yansh, like Prince Jejeman will say. He's lying, obviously. You know he's lying. He's got nothing to say. There was a video about 2 months ago where Tinubu met with Nance, they say Nance president, Nance executive. They met with him. Nance at the National Association of Nigerian Students, by the way, Nance. He met with them. He said, okay, I'm going to talk to ASUU. Jagaba, almost story. The man, they London now, they're changing diapers. You are still at home, hoping, rotting away. Some of you, just like Nigeria, don't give a damn about you. Your mental health is deteriorating every day. You're not even getting help. I mean, you are a student. If you are a student watching me right now, I can tell you what I think you feel, but you probably don't even know how to say it. So many of you are going through serious mental depression right now because of this. But yet, you dey catch cruise. We dey catch cruise, my egu now. We dey catch cruise now. Oh yeah, catch cruise small. Your grandpas, who are now TikTokers, catch crew. Shebina crew.
70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord.
Shebina Cruz, bunch of liars. Lori Ro.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Lori Ro. I mean, you can like me or you don't have to like me. I will tell you the truth, and you will think about what I say. Anyway, whatever I say to you, you're gonna think about it. That you're gonna work on it is now yours to decide. Because everything is political now. Trust me, everything is. Even controversial Father Mbaka. I mean, I don't know what he said. And I think he said something about Peter Obi. And the Catholic Church then suspended him, then transferred him into monastery. Monastery now to go and have one-on-one with God, whatever you have done wrong. Omo, nobody say be for Enugu. Mo go Enugu and see what has been happening in Enugu in the last few days. It all started from what I just told you now. They said he said something. What did he say? I don't know if I captured it well here. Let's listen to it before we follow it up to what happened next. Enugu Adoration camp.
There are some visions that should not be disclosed publicly, and some visions that should be disclosed publicly. Overall, Oga Abuchuku Pupe Osigi make a mad nine mara. When Goga Abu Pupe Osigi Zochie. Oweba Maperem Obodo Nigeria Kafim. Makaye Bayere election a unu netibo unu. Oh, Biama Ponagi. Praise the living God. Okay, here you got Fecha. We chop that in Makachem no ni hekone me. We chop that now between dream and vision. Mana n'ime ya bụ vision. Ọkpọchie ya sị m, it is a personal one. Don't disclose it now. Praise the living God. I am serving the Holy Spirit that reveals the future. Emetero ya mamu wanowo mama nkosawiya. Praise the Lord. Obodo yamni ana-ese okwu. Mbaka na mmadụ anara ese okwu. Ọichi ịghọtafe Mbaka iwewere onwe gị nsogbu. Mbaka bụ oje mgbe ewu ilo. Ihe Chukwu gosiri ka ọ na-ekwu. Ebidoro m maka na nchiri fada. Mana primary school ọ dị otu ahụ. And there's none God has revealed to me that never came to pass. All of them are 100% completely successful and real. But I am just referring to it because of the first reading. This vision is an appointed time. That one he revealed is an appointed time. It's not for me to come and speak here. Amen. If God has not constrained me, I will just give the Nigerians a simple solution. Because it is like many people are wasting their time. Praise the living God. Unana na mokunano. Owesi Habakkuk. They can also even if they are running, they can read it. Amen and amen. There is a vision for somebody here. Oh Jesus. When Joseph had a dream and a vision, it didn't come to pass immediately. Eventually, his early revealing of it put him into the prison. Amen. Because all this while I was like John in the land of Patmos. I am no way to no man.
I suppose open church, like, and I will actually make probably I'll make a lot of it in Nigeria. I mean, you just need to be very good with your theatrics as well, and the optics too. You know, everything I have told you come to pass 100%. No, they didn't come to pass. Mbaka, Mbaka, a charlatan, a noise maker, but very, very loved by the people who see or who kind of see him as their intercessor for, I mean, between them and God. And you cannot take that beauty away from them. They love him. So he said some people are wasting their time. I think that got misconstrued. And what followed was a suspension. And what followed was a protest. This one. Watch that.
If unu na-afụ bụ ndị Adoration Ministry Enugu Nigeria, amen. Iwe dị fa n'obi, fa na-ewe iwe. Kedu ife kpatara nya bụ iwe ha na-ewe? Fa sị na obi adịrọ fa mma. N'iwu enyelu Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka na ọ ga-ejegodu mebegodo ekpele na ọ ga-apụgodu out of adoration je mebegodo ekpere enyelu ya no mgbe o ji wee mesizi ekpere o wee nachietekwasị ya na adoration ka ọ nọ nya bụ ekpere na-eweta Reverend Father asị na Reverend Father afọ ga-eli places ya na Adoration Ministry. The adorers wee jụ wee na-ama na mkpu sị mba na ọ bụrụ eziokwu na ọ bụla eziokwu ọnya bụ we say no, we say no, we say no, we say na ị na-anụ ka ha na-ashant sị mba na ọ Fada Mbaka ka fa chọrọ na ọ bụ na ọ bụrụ Fada Mbaka si akpọtakwa na alụfa onye ọzọ. Unu n'anya unu afụ na Fada Mbaka elego a huge impact na ndụ ndị mmadụ. Enwe ndị ọ na-azụ n'akwụkwọ, enwe ndị ọ bụ nọọ nyanwa bụ Fada Mbaka na-enyefa nri. Onda niile, some of them bụ ife julu ebe a efu wee na-asha ntị maka sọsọ nke 3 months anọgola anọ. Enwe many people sef na dị enwetezi ka ha si enwetebu. Ọ ha luo fada nso bụ na ha na-enweta ihe. Ọ dị ka achị ịnapụfa ebe ha si eri nri. Ha wee na-eti mkpu si we say no, we say no. Na Fada Mbaka ga-anachitekwa azụ na Adoration. Onya bụ mkpu a ha na-eti. Unu n'anya ufu na ya bụ ife gbaju dọlụ. They are not happy. They are not happy.
Say no. We say no. Come on, guys, calm down now. Let him say something to you. I don't know. Well, since they won't calm down, Fada Mbaka had to address them in a different form. I bet some of them have seen it, okay? His own response.
Adoration. God bless you all. I wish to use this opportunity to bless you and encourage you as I depart to the monastery in obedience to my bishop, his lordship, CVC Onaga. I am going to the monastery under priestly obedience, and I wish to encourage you, fellow adorers, to remain calm and be still. As the Bible says in Psalm 46, verse 10, be still and know that I am God. This is a time we shall know real adorers. Please, please and please, back me with your prayers so that I will go and embark on deeper reflections, sober contemplations, and interior waiting on the Lord. I wish to assure you, as the Bible says in Jeremiah 29, verse 11, that God has plans for us, for a future and a hope, not of disaster. Remember in that Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 14, he says, I will reverse your conditions. After he has said in Jeremiah 29, verses 12 and 13, when you call on me, I will answer you. When you search for me, you will find me. Please use this opportunity to call on God for the integral wellness and well-being of the Adoration ministry. That is the apple of God's eyes, of Zechariah 2, verse 8. And I wish to inform you, fellow adorers, that this is not a time to be cantankerous, to be sorrowful, to be angry unnecessarily. Remember 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8 says, be calm and vigilant, for the devil your enemy is prowling around you like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Stand up in faith, and I plead, do not give the devil any opportunity. As I've told you, as a Catholic priest, under the vow of obedience, I must obey the Mother Church. Please, in my absence, don't do anything that is awful or anything that will, in any way, shape, or form, give the devil any iota of opportunity or glory. Let us not fall into any trap the devil has set. I just heard that some people are about to carry demonstrations and protests. Please, you adorers should help to stop such people. I know you are very good. You adorers are lovely. You adorers are godly. You adorers are Christ-like. You adorers are real worshippers of God. I know that you will not disappoint me. Let us join together to win the devil. Because
it is smoke Igbo. It is smoke Igbo. It is taking the iron.
You see how the brainwashing can work, eh? That's how people get programmed and like that, like that, like that. Adorers. I am adorer. How are you, adorants? I'm gonna take offense, so and if you take offense, I know if you help you. Sure, you get me now. Eh? Just take it like that. So for that, I want to go and reflect. And he wants you to pray for him. Because he's a controversial man, you know that. So the next few weeks or few months now, it will be back in adoration and it will be prophesying again. You remember the Gandola Peter Obi Wahala for that same place. You remember that, eh? Now, so they said they suspended him that time too. It was returned. Because, like I said, they love him. All those people. They are not like showing that much love to him because of his miracle. The guy knows how to mix the whole thing that is managed, right, to be so good to some of those downtrodden who attend his church. There are people who actually get so much support from his ministry. So they are loyal to him, right? And loyal to his ministry. So it's just so kind of shocking for many of them, like how dare Catholic Church trying to, Mbaka is our GO. So Baba Mbaka will be back later, according to him. So, and when I left, let's say when we left Enugu, as always say, we'll stop by you for Onitsha. You know Onitsha, it's not far from this Niger bridge. And we have the second Niger bridge to celebrate the Buhari finally. I love the Igbos to show you that I love you. Oh yeah, take bridge, 1.6 kilometer bridge. But even if you want to give them a bridge, can you at least make it a standard one and make the roads to the bridge accessible? Omo, we say we'll go take a look, but when we got there, bridge day. But road no day. Now second Niger bridge then column.
Follow this way. If you follow this way, you are going to second Niger bridge. Then the road stopped here. The road stopped here. From Second Niger Bridge to this place. Now look at this one that is supposed to, from here to Asaba International Airport, from Asaba International Airport to Opanam City Gate. That is where the diversion was supposed to come from. But as I'm talking to you now, they have abandoned this project at the Second Niger Bridge. This
Sure you get. But another person can complete it now. Why are you so ungrateful? What is wrong with this with you, Mayego? I thank God that you are not saying there is no bridge. The road, at least they can do that one later. But guess what? They are not doing anything later. Nothing later. Okay? So I just thought I should show you. What do you call it? Julius Baja. They turn on the lights of Second Niger Bridge. Yeah? Just to show everybody that, hey, when this thing finish, it's going to be the best bridge in the whole world. That is the Tipuku Agbadomites, the Lagos Sabobaku. Everything is the best in the whole world. You get what I mean? So Julius Baja turned on the lights. But let me use this as a break. I got this video, and it's about Peter Obi, okay? For any questions you probably want to know and all that. When I listened to the video, I was like, I'm going to share this before I delete it from my own file. But let me go and find the picture of that Second Niger Bridge that Julius Baja uploaded to say, now your bridge be that is almost ready. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know about Peter Obi that, you want to have and then do your own what have you on, I got a video, and you know me, I'll always share this with you. Now listen, and I'll be back in a minute or two.
Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, Honorary Special Advisor to the President on Finance and member of the country's economic management team, is the immediate past Executive Governor of Anambra State. Mr. Obi attended Christ the King College, Onitsha, and graduated from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, with a bachelor's degree in philosophy. He has attended several executive programs at top business schools in Nigeria and abroad, including Harvard Business School and Kellogg Graduate School of Management, USA. He is an alumnus of Lagos Business School, having attended the Chief Executive Program, CEP 11, in 2002. Mr. Peter Obi is a thoroughbred professional and fellow of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. He has excelled both in private enterprise and public service, and had at various times been the chairman, Fidelity Bank PLC, chairman, Guardian Express Mortgage Bank Limited, chairman, Paymaster PLC, to mention just a few. As governor, he was elected vice chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum and chairman, Southeast Governors Forum, amongst numerous other federal government appointments. Recently honored as the outstanding Igbo man of the decade by the Champion newspaper, Mr. Obi is credited with introducing fundamental changes in Nigerian politics and is remembered for the following achievements while in office: exemplary commitment to reforms and development, building relationships between Anambra State and other countries such as USA, Britain, Russia, European Union, Belgium, Israel, Venezuela, and others. Attracted big Fortune 500 companies like SAB Miller, Distel, and GlaxoSmithKline, Nemeth Pharmaceuticals, etc., to Anambra State. Under him, Anambra State was rated the least indebted state in Nigeria by the Debt Management Office. Anambra was adjudged by the Federal Ministry of Works the state with the best network of roads in the country, having asphalted over 800 kilometers of roads. He reopened long-closed schools and returned missionary schools to the original owners with a grant of 6 billion naira for their rehabilitation, distributing over 30,000 computers, internet access, Microsoft academies to over 500 schools. Anambra State students, for the first time, achieved first place nationwide in the 2013 WAEC and NECO Common Entrance examinations. It provided 700 buses to secondary schools in the state and provided boreholes to over 300 schools. He also built classroom blocks in all the 177 communities in the state. He ensured the payment of over 35 billion naira in outstanding pensions and gratuities in the state since 1999. Before he became governor, no single health institution was accredited in the state. But under his administration, 10 schools of nursing, midwifery, and medical technology, as well as 2 hospitals, were accredited. Mr. Peter Obi stands for justice and fairness and was the first Nigerian governor to reclaim his governorship mandate after 3 years in the court, giving confidence to others to pursue their stolen mandates. He is also the first governor in Anambra State to serve for 2 terms since democratic rule in 1979. Perhaps Mr. Peter Obi's greatest legacy in office was his financial prudence. He funded development projects without borrowing money from financial institutions, nor raising bonds. And he handed over to his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano, also an alumnus of LBS, the sum of 75 billion naira in the form of cash local foreign investments. In a recent test,
I know there are many of you that will just feel like, Mayegun, remove this. Some of you are already saying, remove this video. Omo, you better sit back because this is Mayegun's diary political. And if you have anything to learn or to know, right? If you have a chance of it, take it or you drop it. You know what I'm doing, right? You know what I'm actually looking forward to? I'm looking for a detailed kind of, background of almost every one of them out there lying to you that Nigeria has a future. So you can see through them too. I want to see a detailed academic, a business and then public record of Tinubu, detailed like that, so that, you too can see that, now lie, and all that. But somehow, yeah, it helps you to know these people better. Now let's go back to that second Niger bridge, by the way. So I found the pictures. So I got them back on. Now, this is the bridge. There is a bridge, but there is no road. So according to the APC, at least there is bridge. Another person can come later and do road. Do you get that now? So this is what the bridge will look like at night. Yeah, I mean, this, you see this water where you see, so make up take them off at night. Yeah. So you see this water. That is the economic gold mine of the people of Eastern Nigeria, right? But Nigeria deliberately, are you with me? Deliberately, program this part of Nigeria to remain this kind of awkward, underdeveloped in a way that is strategic. You know what they need to do? You see this river? What they need to do is to dredge the river. This is River Niger on your screen. All they need to do is to dredge this river deeper enough to take big vessels that can batch there from anywhere in the world. Just dredging. You know what is dredging? They will dig the river You go deeper to be able to take in a vessel. You see this bridge, it should have been higher. I'm talking about the design. The design for this bridge, from what we heard, is taller, very tall. Enough that at least vessels can pass under it. You see, this water is supposed to be the seaport of the people of Eastern Nigeria. Like the main one. It's so next to Onitsha. Imagine what life would be like if millions of jobs are created on this through this gold mine. But it is Nigeria. Are you with me? It is Nigeria. Everything you see, no be mistake. Oh. Are you with me? Whatever you see, whether now design, whether now policy, whether now God, anything, it's no mistake. Oh. There's no mistake. Oh. Everything is deliberate. There is no future. Like say, okay, oh, everybody is angry. This one is angry. Go and meet your governor. Go and do this and that of your governor. Which governor are you going to go and meet to do waiting when they are like, technically and structurally, right? Programmed to be incompetent. This is the system. Look at that one. Do you know how many jobs that water you see? So do you know how many jobs it can create? Millions. Do you know another good thing about it? If Nigeria decide to really do something about that place, like Nigeria, one Nigeria, right? They are intending to do something good about that. It would have also helped to decongest Lagos. Make your life more meaningful. Reduce pressure on your infrastructures like roads. Because of the crowd. People will move there because it is for commercial activities. If wherever you have seaport, that is where business happens. If you have them scattered all over the place with the population of 200 million, if no be seen heartless people, they lead you. Population of 200 million, nowhere, no place, will be a dead land. They could have spread development in that way, but it is deliberate. Somebody, now good luck, Egbere Jolantan. That one draw the Photoshop. I'll be waiting to call him the graphic design for the bridge, second Niger bridge. Okay, paid up some money towards the project just before elections in 2019. He quickly paid some money towards that. Now they couldn't manufacture bridge from the blues. So Jonathan just went there to commission big billboard where they draw the second Niger bridge on. They say, now like this, the bridge go look like, oh. Then they lost the election. So Bokwari came in. They redesigned the bridge to what you just seen there. So that in the future, you see this bridge, it is just, I'm not going to say it is useless, okay? But I can promise you this. The day that genuine development is coming down to Eastern Nigeria, by the sheer determination and the resolution of the people of Eastern Nigeria, once they are done accepting mediocrity from the owners of Nigeria, you see this bridge, they will have to demolish it. I mean, write it down today, okay? Except if there will never be any real development in Eastern Nigeria, or if the Biafra that, they are craving for is not coming and all of that. Except for that, look at this bridge, it has no real value than the value that Nigeria placed on the people of Eastern Nigeria. Do you get that? You will demolish this bridge in the future. You will dredge your water. You will build your seaports here, okay? And you will build beautiful bridges on this water. Are you with me? When I say bridges, here in the UK, when you pass a water channel, you will see tens of bridges crossing the water channel, crossing sea, crossing, rivers, dams, rail track, and all of that, crossing rail bridges, crossing all these places. Development, real one. You will demolish that one. Tell your children. That's what will happen to that bridge. So, but for now, they said you should be grateful. Let me show you that video again. Second Niger bridge after seeing the bridge is there. Now road no deal.
Follow this way. If you follow this way, you are going to second Niger bridge. Then the road stopped here. The road stopped here. From second Niger bridge to this place, Now look at this one that is supposed to from here to Asaba International Airport, from Asaba International Airport to Opanam City Gate. That is where the diversion was supposed to come from. But as I'm talking to you now, they have abandoned this project at the second Niger bridge.
There are so many. If you go to Owerri Road, Owerri or Okigwe Owerri Road, Bokwari was in Imo State a few days ago to commission the, remember? A few weeks ago, so to commission the Owerri Okigwe Road, right? But there is no road there. There's no road. When people took the pictures of the road, how deteriorated it has been, it's like red mud, no expressway, federal road. You know what the Lagos Ababakus and the Buhari idiots, the Buhari Deans, the cyberbarians, you know what they said? At least somebody else will finish it. Then the phase one, Buhari commissioned. How could you commission uncompleted projects, for goodness sake? Eh? But it's because it's Nigeria. Unfortunately, it is. And so many of you settle down for whatever they give to you. I mean, it is what it is, they say. It is what it is, Mayegun. We just deal with what they give to us. But they are not giving you anything that is beneficial in any way. And that is why you can continue to wonder, why, God, why? Leave God alone. Human wickedness, the wickedness of humans to humans, right, is exactly what you are witnessing there. I mean, honey pots could have been dredged, right, and improved. That alone could give the Eastern Nigeria, I mean, this is not a make-up. That singular commercial activities improve and then improve on infrastructure, the seaport, and every other commercial activities in that part of Nigeria will ease up a lot of pressure from other places, and indeed, create nothing less than 50 million jobs like that, just like that. You are not going to be the only person that will be enjoying those jobs, my brothers and sisters from Biafra land. People will come from all over the place in Nigeria. We are talking about commercial activities. We are talking about a place where standard of living is, and we are talking about a place whereby you can never be out of job. I mean, except if there are no people for the available jobs. That opportunities can be created. Poverty can be reduced. Opportunities is what they have shrank and then privatized. But look at you. They continue to promise you one Nigeria, we'll do this, we'll do that, and the rest of them. Now, the underdevelopment of Eastern Nigeria is deliberate. And you should remember that always. Nigeria deliberately did that. So, second Niger bridge is there, but road no day. We hope say one day road go fit day. And then maybe somebody else will come and do the road, as they have told you. That is if the bridge itself does not start tearing apart or falling apart before somebody finally come and fix their road. What a world, they say. Anyway, I've had my night, I'll say. It's been a long one, and I mean, I would want to take a few calls as well tonight, but I think I would let us digest all this tonight, okay? So the next one, we would have our own chats. And that would be you having a chance of calling in. And some of you would actually have to call in to talk about this again, you know, whenever the line is open. So thank you to every one of you who spent your night again with me. Thank you. Like and share the broadcast if you haven't. And if this is your first time, you can subscribe onto my channel. And I'm going to see you some other time, okay? So for whatever it is, we are watching. So they say. So I'll see you some other time. And good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù.
bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.